I'm going to start it, and then I'm going to pull up YouTube on my phone just to make sure that okay, it says we're live, so let me just verify if you don't mind. All right.
All right,
That
great,
was
thank
easy.
you.
Okay.
I'd like to call to order the Historic District Commission meeting, Monday, July 11th, 2022. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The Frostburg Historic District Commission implements the city's Historic Preservation Overlay District of the Frostburg Zoning Ordinance Section 4 as adopted in 2014, pursuant to the authority granted by the Maryland Land Use Article Section 8 as adopted in 2012 of the Annotated Code of Maryland. This meeting is open to the public and conducted in compliance with the State of Maryland's Open Meetings Act. The Frostburg Historic District Commission is charged with the preservation of historic structures and the surroundings within the designated district in order to safeguard the heritage of the city, stabilize and improve property values, strengthen the local economy, and foster civic beauty. All right, roll call. I am the chair, Dawn Hein. Vice Chair, Joseph Hoffman.
Present.
Bill Detterman.
Present.
Robert Rapan.
Present.
And it appears we do not have Maureen Brewer nor Daniel Filer this evening. All right, Commissioners, if you would please review the agenda, and when you are ready, if I can have a motion.
I move we approve the agenda. Rob Rapan. Second.
All right, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Hearing none opposed, the agenda is approved. Commissioners, if you would also look at the minutes from our last meeting, which was June 23rd of 2022, and when you are ready, if I could have a motion for the minutes.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Hearing none opposed, the minutes are approved. All right, we can move to our project presentations. And our first presentation this evening would be 52 South Broadway, St. John's Episcopal Church. Hi, Maureen.
Sorry.
That's all right. Please have the record show that Commissioner Maureen Brewer is present. Okay, so we were just about to start the first presentation tonight. 52 South Broadway, St. John's Episcopal Church. Did you want to come join us?
Yes, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, come on up, have a seat, sure.
Thank you.
So if you would, for the record, just state your name and then just tell us a bit about the project.
My name is Kit Pepper. I'm here on behalf of St. John's Episcopal Church, 52 South Broadway. I have Barb Kyling with me, who is both a Frostburg native and a newly returned to Frostburg person. She is assisting with this project from the congregation side.
You're welcome to join us as well.
I had your mother for English.
Many hundred people do.
Nobody else in town did it.
No. I was the only one in class. And I graduated with your brother, so.
Oh, okay. I'll hold that against you.
No. I'm in the same English class with your mother, but stories for another time. Sorry.
It was brought to our attention several months ago, last fall, that the windows in the bell tower were about to fall out. The wood and material that holds the windows in had longer doing their job. And luckily for us, somebody walking down the street just happened to look up and take some pictures and send them to us. And as you can see from the pictures that have been provided to you, it's a serious situation. We immediately started looking for someone to do the work for us. First instinct was to use local business to help us out, and we spent about 6 months trying to get estimates. I contacted over 13 different companies, and most of them just flat out said, we're too busy, it's too big a job, we can't accommodate this. A couple people said they would provide estimates, and as time went on and we realized we were not going to be able to get anything done by winter, and now we're in a situation where we're hoping but probably not going to be able to get it done by this winter either. When the final 2 companies decided that the price of the job had gotten far beyond anything that they could deal with, and they didn't have the equipment to do it and the connections, I called the city and was given a suggestion that I do a public information request to find out if work like this had been done locally in the past. And I came across the work that was done at St. Michael's, and I contacted How Construction in Harrisburg, and they were here in 3 days. They brought a window person with them, they brought a team of people, they were on it. It was great. And we're hoping that with this step that we can proceed into actually getting this repair done. We did have one of the windows fall out early one Sunday morning about 5 a.m. The one that has plywood on it now. Luckily, Rick Cornell answered his phone at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sure I would have. And he sent somebody over to board it up. And we may be looking at boarding up the rest of the windows, depending on what the windows company is telling us, 22 to 24 weeks for the material. This is the same company that did the windows and the louvers at St. Michael's. It is visually, I think, exactly what we need. I think from a maintenance and safety standpoint, it's something that isn't going to require scaffolding and upkeep on a regular basis, which from our point of view is good. Do you have any specific questions about the project or where we're at? The louvers, we added those in because they are also, they're wood worn, and it's just a matter of time and a big wind before we have some kind of serious damage there. So we added that in.
Kit, does anyone know how long they have been in place?
Yes, they are the original windows. The bell tower was added in the 1930s, I believe. It was not a part of the original church. Let me see if I can reference. When you walk into the doors of the main stairs, there's a big room, and there's no access above. You can't see up into this area. There's a ceiling, and there's a ladder affixed to the wall, and you have to be pretty tiny actually to get up that ladder and up in there. The windows are completely just for the visual effect. They don't light the foyer. They don't serve a purpose. There's no need for them to open or close, which they don't. The louvers are there to accommodate the bell and the ringing of the bell, and you don't have to go up into that area to ring the bell. It's down on the floor. There's some dispute about the actual glass in the windows. two contractors went up in there and looked at it and told me that it was regular glass with something that looked like contact paper on the inside of it to give it that
The
look.
starry pattern.
And that is just flat not available. And we could get contact paper, but we obviously don't want to do that. There is not an availability at all for us to provide any type of a frosted look to the windows. It's going to be interesting. I think that when light enters in there during the day, you're going to be able to see the light on the other side because there's two windows on each side of the square. And I think having that light in there might be interesting. I don't think it's going to create a visual problem in terms of now you can see something that people weren't supposed to see, or and it's just kind of it's like an attic, really. But there's not like beams or anything that would look unfinished or out of place
So have
there.
you been up there, Kit?
From here up, I stuck my head up there just enough to see what was going on, and actually I was looking for a bat when I did it. Every once in a while we have a little furry creature that shows up in the church. So that's where we're at. They are telling us 22 to 24 weeks on the actual fabrication of the windows and the louvers. When I expressed my concern about weather conditions and, you know, we could go easily 6-7 weeks at that time of year and not be able to do this. And this company based in Harrisburg said, that's not a problem. So I'm hoping that once we get past this, I don't know if it's appropriate to mention the financial side of this, but we did have, we were a little worried about paying for it. The two companies that were going back and forth with me locally on doing an estimate, one got to $225 and said, I can't take on a job that big. It was like $225, and he didn't even have all the elements counted for yet. I said, well, we can't pay for a job of that size either, so it's okay. And then the other contractor got to $150, $160, and said that that was before the windows. So, and he couldn't find anyone who was interested in doing the windows. So Hal came back with a quote of $96,000, and we were still a little flustered about how we were going to pay for this. And I know, Rob, you grew up going to church there. You know that we are very fortunate to have an endowment that pays us a small monthly amount and helps with things. And you know, we have a little tiny building fund, nowhere near covering windows like this. And 2 weeks ago, about 5 days after I got the final estimate in from the contractor, I got a letter from the trust company that holds our large endowment. And evidently this happened across the United States. There's an IRS ruling that says you have to pay out a minimum of 5% of your earnings averaged over a 5-year period. And they had gone back, and y'all remember it's not really happening now, but there was a time a couple years ago when the stock market was just going nuts on a daily basis, and evidently we benefited from that. And they sent us a check for $104,000.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, nice.
I mean, nothing we did, nothing we didn't do. It just, you know, sometimes.
Somebody was looking out for you.
Yeah, definitely. So we have the money to pay for it. We have somebody very anxious to do the work. I feel that our solution that we've come up with might not be traditionally a complete, you know, replacement of original craftsmanship and all of those things, but I think in order to preserve the integrity of the building and our ability to pay our electric bill, this might be the best solution for us, and I hope you will consider from that angle. Visually from the street, it will not look any different than the original wood looked. It will look a lot better than the wood looks now, and it will look a lot better for many years to come and require a minimum of maintenance.
Has LJ looked at the potential for historic renovation grants?
I'm not sure that she's looked into those kinds of grants. It's something that is on my radar, but I'm not quite to that point yet.
Yeah, because I'm willing to bet that we might be able to get something to help.
That would be wonderful. Despite having this windfall money to pay for it, we are looking through the diocese at the state level to see if they have some type of matching funds or something like that, because obviously it's a huge undertaking. And if we don't have to spend all of our IRS found windfall money, we could put it to good use in other ways. So.
Yeah, usually with grants, it's a long lead time because if you've ever done them before, you have to put in the application, wait till the due date, then there's a review period, and then there's time after that before they actually give you the money. So usually that takes a good amount of time.
Like 18 months.
Yeah, it could, yes. And I know you're needing to get this done, in a more timely fashion.
Unfortunately, it might take a long time to get the folks here to put them in, right?
I think, weather willing, it may be April, May of next year, depending on how that goes. I just put new windows in my house, and the installer, completely different company, said, "Oh, we'll have the windows in 3 weeks," and it was 15 before they came out of the factory. So when the contractor tells me 22 to 24 weeks, I'm hoping that's an accurate estimate. But when I did look into briefly at grants, we really needed the approval process behind us.
Right.
We needed the quote, and we needed all the permitting done in order to be a viable application for them to consider.
Okay, well, good.
So you're talking about replacing with aluminum windows and aluminum louvers.
Mhm.
Are the louvers now aluminum or are they wood?
They are wood.
But it looks like the interior finish on the windows is wood. So it's metal on the outside and wood
Correct.
on, not that anyone's going to see it at that point, like as you explained, but that's what it looks like to me. That's what I was reading.
Are they gonna be able to pretty close to match the design of the wood trim that's there now?
Yes.
So they will be able to bend the metal to that?
They have told me that it will duplicate the look of the window exactly,
Okay.
other than the possible contact paper frosting.
And as I remember, the St. Mike's louvers were replaced by metal also.
Yeah, they were. I was gonna say that.
And it looks really similar, just a different shape, but
Correct.
And it is the
I think the
same
Methodist
installer
church,
and
too.
the same
Same thing.
manufacturer.
That's well worth not having to worry about the maintenance over the years. The fact that this has lasted almost 100 years, pretty good.
Yes.
If you look at page 12 of the packet, the project overview, it states that because it's in a HTC, that it's going to match existing close as possible, and then it has all their bullet pointed, which is a very nice overview.
Antonio has screening for the Louver, so you won't have to worry about bats.
That's gonna
That'd
be
be
a
a
big
good thing.
plus.
That'll be a good thing.
They'll find
We
it.
still find it, yeah.
All right, are there any other questions about this project, or are we ready for a motion?
I'd be happy to put a motion forward. I studied the application and all relevant documents and presentation related to this case. I'm familiar with the property in question. I find that the proposed changes are compatible with the neighborhood because there is a general compatibility of exterior design, scale, proportion, arrangement, texture, and materials to be used. Based on these findings, I move to approve the proposal. The use of exterior materials are closely similar in appearance to original materials or significant buildings in the district pursuant to section 4.1.J.1.C and 4.1.J.2.G.
Maureen Brewer, I'll second.
All right, any other discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Hearing none opposed, motion passes.
Thank you very much.
We really appreciate it.
We do appreciate it very much.
Absolutely. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck, and
yes.
you'll still have bats until that thing gets redone.
That's, yep.
We may, depending on the, we may have an interim of actually having the windows removed and a plywood put in just for
Sure.
safety
Sure.
reasons.
Do you have any windows falling out?
No.
What did you say your name was again?
Remember Chuckles?
No, I know her
Bolinelli,
name,
you're
huh?
my Kyling. Ray is my husband,
Okay.
and my last maiden name was Graham. I graduated with Russ.
Okay.
Graham was my maiden name.
Graham, oh, okay.
Yeah, I graduated from high school with Russ.
I was trying to think of who else I knew by that name.
Charlotte's my sister, but she's younger,
Yeah,
so I don't know if you know Charlotte or not.
I don't think, I don't remember you, and I should, because
Well,
you
no,
went to school when I did.
I did, but I moved to Frostburg when I was in 10th grade. So, when did you graduate?
70.
Okay, well, you know George Hughes.
Mhm.
George and my husband and I are really good friends.
I haven't seen him forever.
He's good. He's living in Erie.
I'm sorry, we still have other,
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
He started it. It's nice to see
Yeah,
him.
Rob.
I'll be attention.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
evening.
You too.
You
too.
too.
Sorry for the,
No, that's okay.
I'm just excited to be back home.
Glad you're back.
Thank you.
All right, it doesn't look like we have any old business this evening, but we do have new business. Staff approval, temporary vinyl window cling installation at 59 East Main Street.
Yes, so Frostburg State University is currently under contract to purchase 59 East Main Street. That was the old City Hall building. And they had reached out about applying some vinyl window clings to the interior of the windows while they prep the inside for the renovations that will be taking place there. So once the interior renovations are finished, then the vinyl clings will come down and hopefully we'll have an exciting big reveal.
Excellent.
Grabs the eye, doesn't it?
Pardon?
It does.
It grabs the eye, doesn't
It
it? It's very
does.
nice, very nice.
I'm very excited about this, and I
Yeah.
think the images they chose are
I looked at
a
it.
good
Nice.
teaser of
Far
what's to
left
come.
And I
Very
thought
good.
it was a frog at the end for a minute. Then I started
Alright.
looking over.
A little bit.
Commissioners, does anyone have anything else they would like to discuss this evening?
Yeah, we had talked about synthetic shingles that look like slate
Slate.
at our last meeting. I did walk around Front Street or Main Street, and I noticed the two buildings you referred to, Bill. They look very nice.
Yeah.
They look terrific.
Didn't the Episcopal Church use that?
St. John's did.
Yeah, right? That's what I thought. They used the synthetic,
Is it synthetic or is that metal?
No,
It's
they're
not metal.
almost like rubber.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a resin or something composite of some kind.
But you can't,
Yeah, there's a
can't
house
tell.
up,
No, they look very nice.
house up that way and one down Main Street that way.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Well, if there is nothing else, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Hearing none opposed, we are adjourned.
That was short and sweet.
Yeah.
Good job.
Sorry, I had no
That's
idea. what
25
time it
minutes,
was.
very